My name is Frank, F-R-A-N-K, Chapman, C-H-A-P-M-A-N. I'm the Executive Director of the National Alliance Against Race and Political Repression. And with me are a number of other people who will introduce themselves as well. We just had a brief meeting with the U.S. Attorney. We submitted our letter of demands, and we submitted our letter of demands. We're demanding a full-scale investigation and prosecution. Now, we also made this demand in 2016, so we're asking the Department of Justice to give us a status on it. We want to go forward with this. Under federal statutes, Title 18, Section 242, he can be indicted for murder, tried and prosecuted. And that's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we want. And we're not asking this, we're demanding this. So I'm gonna give the mic to Bishop Grant, and he will get you through the rest of the program.
My name is Bishop Tavis, T-A-V-I-S, Grant, G-R-A-N-T, National Field Director for the Rainbow Push Coalition. Reverend Jesse Jackson led a delegation of leaders to meet with the Executive Assistant Attorney Morrissey to receive a letter, a joint letter, demanding a status on the investigation of the murder of Laquan McDonald as it relates to the violation of his civil rights, and a full and thorough investigation, because we know that night 12 officers were on the scene who did not render any aid to Laquan McDonald, and he died on the street. We know that reports were falsified, we know that witnesses were tampered with, and we know that the video was suppressed by the City Hall for over 400 days. 16 shots and a cover-up. And the activists who are out here, the civil rights organizations have responded from a clarion call from a person who has spent the better part of his life leading the drum beat for justice, not just here in America, but around the world. We want justice for Laquan McDonald. Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson.
Express my thanks to Bishop and to Father Flick and other ministers who gathered here, Mother Edie. When George Floyd killer was tried, the state tried it, did not back in federal court. The state did not do its job here. Crime and time does not correspond. 16 shots to cover up. The mayor of the city at that time, Robert Emanuel, covered 400 days. He finally came out because the activists insisted it come out. We now want a full further investigation. We talked with Senator Dearborn and Duckworth, Congress people. We want a full thorough investigation. We think he should not be let out today. 2 years, he's been in jail 2 years waiting for trial and sitting on California Avenue. I want to express my thanks to Father Flager, who has been a tireless force for justice. Father Flager.
Two U.S. senators, Congress people from across Chicago, National NAACP, civil rights organization in the country, and of course Rainbow Push, and activists here in Chicago and ministers have all said the same thing. We object to what is taking place today, the release of Jason Van Dyke. He was slapped on the wrist when he first got a sentence.
That's right.
There was a federal investigation that was started. We want to know, number one, where and what happened to that investigation. There was never a report turned out. There was never a report given of what that investigation came. We want that investigation report given now, and we want a full investigation. A full investigation by the federal, by the Justice Department, to say what happened and that this man should be indicted. We have to understand, right now, this is about Laquan McDonald, and this is about Jason Van Dyke. But this is much bigger than both of them. Justice is on trial right now. Justice is on trial in America. We understood what happened under the Trump administration. This is a different administration. We want to see different kind of actions taking place. Right. So we want some results. We want the Department of Justice to live up to who they say they're going to be. If we're going to trust them, then they got to act. And they got to act on behalf of the people and on behalf of justice. We all know, and I'll stop with this. If Laquan McDonald was white, and if Jason Van Dyke was black, right, we wouldn't even be standing here today. Right. There would have been no easy sentence. There would have been no coming here and getting out. Let's have a true justice. To be Lady Justice, take your blindfold off. It's time for you to see true.
We want to thank the organizations that joined in the call for justice for Laquan McDonald, Rainbow Push, the NAACP, Invisible, Chicago, Tree of Life Justice League, Shah Resist, Arab American Action Network, U.S. Palestinian Community Network, Black Youth Project, Jewish Voice for Peace, Community Renewal Society, the 411 Movement, the People's Lobby, Black Roots Alliance, various numbers of aldermen. We want to commend Senator Tammy Duckworth and Senator Richard Durbin for joining the call for a status and a full and thorough investigation. You will be able to see more of the organizations as we post on all of the websites. This letter, as it is an open letter, as many are joining. Pastor Michael Eady.
My name is Michael Eady, spelled M-I-C-H-A-E-L-E-A-D-D-Y. I stand as a faith leader on the west side of the city of Chicago, an area that often sees too much of what we are here about today. Young people being shot down. And I stand as a representative of the faith leaders throughout this great city, the Reverend Jesse Jackson and the Rainbow Push Coalition, and we stand and we are demanding for status. I do not have to be redundant. You know what has been requested, but the faith leaders throughout the city of Chicago stand solidly with Reverend Jackson and this position. Justice must be addressed now.
16 shots, 12 police on the scene, died in the street, knocking down on them. It's not right. 400 days, Ron Emanuel covers up, trying to protect his own political shots at the time. Jelani Day is next. I want to thank those who gathered today. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you very much.
We have 80 defendants now who are looking for their cases to be dismissed because of police misconduct, torture, and witness tampering. We have a victim to speak who paid a very dear price in life and in suffering, Brother Michael Clemens.
Let me correct the name. The name is Mark Clements, and the bottom line of it is, wrong is wrong, and right is right. This is a city that has literally destroyed lives of men and women. From John Burge back in 1972 up until now, we're still dealing with that nightmare. 16 shots, young kids taken down to police stations, having their genitals and testicles grabbed and squeezed. That should be front page news. Why is it not front page news? Why in the world is it not told right that the Illinois Department of Corrections, that they aided and they abetted with Jason Van Dyke, and they cleared out the entire Statesville farm this man. We gotta tell it right as we demand justice for a young kid that was shot 16 times like an animal in the middle of the street. I demand justice, and I'm calling on the U.S. Federal District Attorney for the Northern District to do what is right, to do what is honorable. Listen to the cry of the little people. In closing, you're looking at someone. I was 16 years old, just like Jason Van Dyke. He destroyed this young kid's life. He took this young kid's life. Why? I was 16 years old, taken inside of an interrogation room, having my genitals and testicles grabbed and squeezed. So tired of telling the story where that it causes me trauma. The bottom line of it is the city of Chicago needs to stop playing its goddamn football games, political football games, and get this shit right. We want justice for Laquan McDonald.
Questions from the media? Any questions from the media? All right. Thank you very much.